Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I've got a few things here to put away in the salon. I've got a few things to swatch. It's kind of a low-key week at the shop, so I just thought I'd share some stuff that I'm doing this week. So I think I'll do a little bit today, I'll do a little bit tomorrow, and have a few little clips mixed in here for you guys. So it's Tuesday, which is Monday for me. I don't work in the salon on Mondays, so I've got my order, my supplies, which was very small this time. I didn't need a lot of stuff. I have been receiving a little bit of nail mail, and I got a new gel color that I want to swatch, so I'm going to kind of do that with you guys. So I'm putting away my order as well. I've got my 2x2 gauze. I like to use these for when I'm removing shellac. I'm going to go over with you guys in the next clip tomorrow on the proper way to remove shellac. A lot of people just peel it off. It's not how it's meant to be taken off. So I'm gonna do my own nails tomorrow. We're supposed to get like 20 centimeters of snow tomorrow, so I foresee cancellations and therefore time to do my own nails. So I buy the 2x2s for that. They're inexpensive. I don't buy their fancy dancy nail wraps that they have in shellac. I find them to be very expensive, and so I use the 2x2 gauze, and I use the foil that the hairdressers use for hair. So I will demo that for you guys later on in this video. I've got a whole bunch of my shorty files. People are starting to book their trips down south, so petty season is upon us, and with that comes toe separators. So I love the individual ones, so I had to buy a new package of those. And I got a fistful of nail files. I don't know if I talked about these in the product haul that I did a few videos ago. I'll link that below. But these are my favorite files. I used to use the C&D Blizzard files. I find they're way too expensive. They're like $1 something a file, and I go through I use a new file for every client every single time. So I like these ones. They're like 59 cents. They're the green and black all season files, not the Danny Co ones. Those ones are terrible. So I really like these ones. I find they're as good as the Blizzard. They're 180 over 100. I find they're as good as the Blizzard files, only they're black instead of white. But I don't have any issues with grit in the nails. I don't know. Other people seem to have problems with that. I've never had an issue with that. So that's all I got from the supply store, as well as I got a new gel color because, you know, I don't have enough, obviously. There's always a new collection every season in every brand, and I'm trying to cherry pick a little bit more and not buy every color as soon as they come out, no matter what. So I did pick up this purple. It's called Train Dirty, so we're gonna swatch that. I got a little bit of nail mail, so I'm gonna show you guys that as well. I got this foil. It's got snowflakes on it. Some of this stuff I ordered before Christmas and it's just now coming in, so unlikely anybody's gonna put snowflakes on their nails at this point, even though it's still very winter in New Brunswick, but I'll have them for next year. That's sort of the problem with the buying on eBay thing, is that it kind of comes when it comes. And the other thing I got, I'm trying to figure out how I can show this to you guys. Maybe I'll flip it. These little, they're like little snowflake rhinestones. Can you guys see? Oh, there's so much glare. See if I can pick one up and show you. They're teeny tiny. I don't know if you guys can see. Anyway, they're little snowflakes. So I got those. I find snowflakes are really popular over the holidays, so I end up drawing a lot of snowflakes. So I got these foils, and I got these rhinestones, and I got some other more transparent foils with snowflakes on them. So I thought at least for next year I'll be a little more prepared. And I got this black glitter, but it's got some multicolored specks through it. I have this ebony black glitter, which is just plain black, but I find when I put it on the nails, on a black nail, it just looks black. There's not enough dimension in the glitter for it to actually show up. So I usually end up mixing in either like a silver or another color into this so that it looks like something. So I got this, so we'll swatch that and see what it comes out like. And the other thing I got is these rhinestones, which obviously I'm not going to swatch because why would you? But they look, there's so much glare. They look like this. So they're sort of that, I don't know what you call that shape, like an oblong kind of shape. But anyways, they're really pretty and they're a little bit larger, so I may put those on my nails when I do my nails. I got this gel on eBay that's supposed to help hold the gems onto the nails better, but none of my clients want to try it. They don't want to be the guinea pig, so I think I'll try it on myself, and that way we'll know how well they last. So that's all I got. So I'm going to adjust the camera and we will get into swatching these couple of items, okay? Okay, so I got my artistic color swatched. It was called Train Dirty, and this is it right here. These are all my artistic purples. I have Shellacs on one palette, and then I have the artistic and the gelish colors on another. So this is Train Dirty right here. I'm really pleased with it. It is different than the one next to it. I was worried they were going to be pretty close, but I think it's really pretty. So that's that. I'm going to swatch the glitter and the foil, and that'll be it for today. Okay, so we're all swatched up here. So I've got I had prepared these, sorry, I forgot to mention, I had just prepared these with they each had 2 coats of black pool, and I had left the sticky layer on in order to do this. So this is the black glitter. I think it's nice. It's definitely nicer than the other one that I have. You can definitely tell it's black glitter and not just a solid black nail. And this transferred really nicely. I always swatch my transfer foils before I try them on clients, because I've had them or I've bought them before and they didn't actually transfer well. So that's why I was swatching that. Obviously it was going to look the way that it looked, but it did swatch really well. So those are all done. My purple's all set. I'm all swatched up and ready to go. So I just need to put all these things away and get ready for my next client. Welcome back. So I had planned on posting this video on Wednesday for nail day. However, today's Thursday and it got really busy in the salon yesterday, and some personal issues cropped up, so it didn't happen. So today's Thursday and I do have a bit of a long lunch today, so I am going to do my nails, and I promised that I wanted to talk to you guys about the proper way to remove shellac. So we're going to do that. I have shellac on my nails. I have 3 that are gel nails. I got a little split in the side of this one, and I got a little split in these 3 anyway. So these 3 have, it's just my natural nail, but I've got a couple of coats of gel over my natural nail with the shellac. So these 3 won't be soaked off. They'll have to be filed off. But the other 7 are just regular shellac. So I thought I would do just a quick video on how to properly remove shellac. I do find a lot of my clients will peel it off, and that's not necessarily the correct way to do it. It is better to remove it properly. Reason being, when you peel the shellac off, you're peeling off possibly some layers of your own natural nail. You're definitely removing the oils out of the nail when you do that. It's not good for your nails, and you're bending them. You're causing damage. So it is best to remove it the way it was intended to remove it, and that's how I always do it. That being said, I know sometimes one's like hanging by a thread and you kind of just pull it off and it was barely hanging on to anything. That's sort of another story, but I'm not having that issue. Mine are well stuck. They're not lifting or anything like that. So this is the proper way. So I mentioned earlier in this video that I don't use the shellac wraps that they have, that they provide. I find them to be very expensive. I think they're around like $4 a package, and one package does one person. That to me is just crazy. And I have tested this method where I did one hand with the shellac wraps and the other hand with this method, and it works exactly the same. So this is the way I do it. It is the most cost-effective way to do it, and it is the correct way to remove shellac. So I've got my shellac nourishing remover. I think now it's called Awfully Fast. They keep changing the name of it, but it's essentially the same thing. So I do this as opposed to the pure acetone. I find it less drying, and it doesn't turn my fingers white. So I'm going to use that. I've got my 2x2 gauze, and I've got 7 pieces of foil. Oh, that's a lot of glare. Sorry. 7 pieces of foil. So what I use is the foil that the hairdressers use. So I've got a box of foil. It's just a 1-pound box of smooth foil. I just rip off, you know, 10 pieces if you had 10 nails. I've got 7 because 3 of mine need to be filed off, and I just break them off into the appropriate size. So usually about this size. So I'm just going to zoom the camera out a little bit so you guys can see better what I'm doing. Not sure if that's the most flattering angle, but that's okay. I just wanted to zoom it out so I could show you my hands more easily, not just my face. So I use my Awfully Fast Nourishing Remover, whatever they're calling it now. I use that. I've got a pump on top, and I usually put a couple of pumps. I apply the 2x2 to my nail, foil over top, and then you just wrap it up. It's not rocket science, but this is the proper way to remove it. So I usually do like pinky, you know, ring finger when I do my own. Usually when I do clients, I just do one hand and then the other hand. I just find when you get down to the end and you've only got a couple of fingers free without foils on them, it gets harder and harder to wrap. So I sort of do it this way. Now they have, in the shellac, they have 3 different top coats now. They have the, what's it called? They have the Express 5, which is the one that I use. It only requires 5 minutes of soaking time. They have the original top coat, which requires, I believe, 10 minutes. And then they have a new one, I believe it's called Duraforce or something to that nature, and it's supposed to be the more durable shellac top coat. And I'm not 100% sure on this, but it probably needs more than the 10 minutes. I like the Express 5 for 2 reasons. I like that I'm only leaving this acetone mixture on my nails for 5 minutes. I do usually leave it about 7 just because I often have more than just 2 layers of shellac on there. Like I've got glitter on a few, and I find if you give it like 2 extra minutes, it does come off more easily. And for me, the less scraping and all that sort of stuff, the less damage to the nail. So I like it for that reason. And the other reason why I like the Express 5 is because it's a thinner consistency. So I always use the original because for the very long time, that's all we had. And I always found when you got down to the end of the bottle, it would get fairly thick. So with the Express 5, it still gets thick on the bottom, but because it was thinner to start with, it's still much easier to work with when it gets thick. So that's why it's my preference. Other systems, like I have the Artistic Gloss colors, with that top coat, I do find you have to file the top coat off before you can soak it off, but I still always use this shellac remover as opposed to the pure acetone. I just find it's a little easier on my nails. For somebody like me who exclusively wears shellac, I'm doing a lot of removing and applying every 2 weeks. So over a period of time of just using acetone, I found I got a lot more splits in my nails and sort of stuff like that, like it dried them out a little bit. So I've got all my wraps on now. Looks ridiculous. So I've left out the 3 that I'm going to file at the end. So I'm going to leave this for 5 to 7 minutes, and I'm going to come back and I'll show you guys how to remove it. Okay, so time enough has passed, so I'm ready to take these off my little fingers. So you're just going to sort of pinch and twist. And you can see it's already all broken up. So I'm going to do that on this hand. And then I'm just going to use an orange wood stick and gently push that off. So you can see it's lifting off really, really easily. I'm not using any pressure. I'm just getting kind of underneath the edge of it and scraping it off. And then when I'm all done, I just then go in with the Nourishing Remover, the Awfully Fast again, and just kind of wipe it over the nails, and it usually takes what little bit might be left, it'll take that off. So I just thought that this might be a good video to show because I think a lot of times the clients maybe are not 100% sure on how to remove it, and so therefore they just wait. They wait until it's like pretty much peeling off, and then they just peel it off because they don't want to go into the salon just for a removal. Because I do charge $10 just to remove it because, you do have to pay for the time. However, if you're coming in for another shellac manicure, I'm not going to charge you for the removal at that point. It's included in the price. So I thought that this might be useful, and maybe somebody would learn something, and perhaps just to remind people that there is a right and wrong way to remove the shellac. And when I say shellac, I mean any of the soak-off systems. They're really all very similar in that sense. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the rest of this, and then I will sign off with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so my polish is removed, the shellac is off. You can see my nails look fine, they look healthy, and this is what I love about the shellac product. For me, I have very strong natural nails. I'm very fortunate that way. So for me, like, I really don't need a gel nail, but regular polish is just too high maintenance. Because I'm into the removers all day, every day when I'm at work, I'd be polishing my nails every night. So for somebody like me, shellac is the great alternative. There's no damage to the nail. I've been doing shellac exclusively on my nails now for probably at least 5 years. And my nails have never been better. So as long as you're removing it properly, you shouldn't have any damage to the nail. So I hope this helped some people, and I hope you found this interesting. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I would really appreciate it. Any activity on the channel really makes a huge difference. And I do apologize for the video being a day late, but I hope you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.